Very good morning, students. It is with great pleasure I would like to welcome you all to this great university, that is Wellassa University of Sri Lanka. As the librarian of Wellassa University, I must introduce about library and library services and facilities, because library is a heart of the university or any institutions in the world. Of course, in Wellassa University is also considering the library as a main pillar of the institutions. So that's what we have to introduce the library and library services to all the students. Mainly, how you can get services from the university library and what are the facilities and the sources and resources available to improve your teaching, learning and research abilities. So that's what today I am standing in front of you to explain all these important things. I am Dr. Pratheepan. I have been here for last 12 years. I started my career in this university as assistant librarian. Now I am working as the acting librarian of this university. It is our duty to establish and support teaching and research culture, particularly for students. So we have very good environment at the library. We have number of resources at the library. We have very good facilities and spaces to improve your knowledge and get many benefits. First, I would like to ask the question, do you know about university library? So, and before that, I can guess that you know about public library. So, public libraries are typically open to the general public and offers a wide range of materials and services for community members. There is no differences in public libraries in providing services. When children to elders, anyone can get services from public libraries. But university library is entirely different. The university libraries, on the other hand, are specifically associated with the academic institutions and cater primarily to students and faculty, researchers and staff of a university. University librarians and libraries are designed to support the educational and research needs of the university community. University libraries and university librarians have a big role in promoting learning, research and teaching culture in the university system. University libraries often provide specialized resources and services that are tailored to the academic discipline and interest of the university's program. These libraries play a crucial role in supporting teaching, learning and research activities within the university. So next, let's see what you can get from Wellassa University Library. There are a variety of services, variety of facilities to get from Wellassa University Library. What are they? Books and periodicals, digital resources. You may be very familiar with books and periodicals at public libraries in your hometown or village. But in the case of university, it is different in terms of quality of the documents, quality of books, quality of periodicals that I will explain in next slides. So reference services are there, an interlibrary loan and document delivery services, study spaces, computers, workshops and trainings, special collections, online catalog, research support services, institutional repository and quiet and reading areas, Wi-Fi zone at the library, And finally, the main and important thing is that we are planning to establish a reader society at the library to promote real and contemporary library culture in order to match with the 21st century skills. So let's see, what is books and periodicals? You are aware about books and periodicals at public library in your existing life. But now you have entered to the new era, that is higher education era. So your life and career, everything is entirely different. So you have to think differently, not like previously when you were at the school or when you were with other different cultures. So that's what we would like to explain what is actually the books and periodicals. A diverse collection of books and academic journals, magazines and newspapers covering various subjects are available at our library, which has thousands of books with more than 150 millions of value. So it is your duty to read and improve yourself. And then periodicals. Then now you can see this slide, the word periodicals is there. So under the periodicals, there are different documents categories are available. So what are they? So journals, newspapers and magazines. There are three different terminologies coming under the periodicals. So all are giving different ideas, different information to the knowledge society. So once you enter to the university physically, you will get more information, what is journals, how can you use journals, or what is the purpose of journals, what are the contents included in journals. So likewise magazine and newspapers. So of course you are aware about newspapers as you have been reading always. And digital resources, access to electronic databases, e-journals, e-books and other digital resources for research purposes. So now our university educations or education system of the world, a knowledge society is moving towards digitalizations. So our country is also in the process of making everything as a digitalized resources and sources. So the university library is also providing thousands of digital resources for the betterment of the university community, mainly focusing on students. So under these electronic databases, there are three major different databases available, which are provided by the University Grant Commission of Sri Lanka for the betterment of the university community. And under these three important databases, there are more than 2,500 journals are available, and university is now in the process of purchasing or subscribing e-books to connect you with the digital world. So of course, when you come to the university physically, definitely you will get more benefits through these digital resources. So apart from these e-journals, e-books and databases, there are many other digital resources available at the university. And if you see Wellassa University Library website, there are different links, more than thousands or millions of links are available and connected with millions of resources which are available freely. You can access, you can download, you can use it for your learning and research purposes. Reference services. Reference services is one of the main and important services provided by the library in general. Librarians who can assist with the research, provide guidance on findings materials and offer support for various academic inquiries. So once you enter to the university or while you are following the studies online, it doesn't matter. You can ask any type of informations you need for your research and learning purposes. if you visit to the Wellassa University Library website, all the informations are available. Even you can connect with the email ID or Facebook chat. That definitely we will provide whatever the information, whatever the assistance you need to improve yourself. So next, another and important services provided by the library is interlibrary loan. Do you know the facilities and resources available at the library is limited in general? It is not only in Wellassa University Library, it is applicable to entire libraries of the world and mainly in Sri Lankan libraries. Because suppose if our resources are limited, suppose if you need some documents or some research materials for your studying purpose, but it is not available in our library. So we will ask and we will get those resources from other libraries, other university libraries, and we will provide you whatever the information and resources you need. So that is called interlibrary loan. So interlibrary loan services is one of the great and important services that you can get from the library. Study spaces. Here you are looking the students who already came. All of them are, I think, mostly in second year or third year. They are enjoying the library, and there is a group study space and individual study space and attractive and very sophisticated environment with Wi-Fi. You can get all these for your better use. So that's what the study spaces are very important. Even I don't think, sir, the students are really enjoying with the spaces where they want to spend with the digital world. Since we have all the facilities and sophisticated seatings and seating capacity and Wi-Fi, you can enjoy like this. So quiet areas for individual study as well as collaborative spaces for group works are available at the library. You can use for your research and learning purposes. So next, there is a unit called ICT and e-resource division or e-resource unit at the library. There are computers available at the library. Some of you may have no laptop or computer facilities, so you can come and you can use the computers available at the library. So workshops and trainings. We used to provide workshops and training for students on request. Sometimes we arrange a series of workshops and training for students based on their purpose and based on their needs. Mainly offering to enhance the information literacy and research skills and academic writings. Most of the third year and fourth year students are getting these services from the library. This is one of the photos taken during the workshops organized for third year students. And special collection. So like there are different types of collections available at the library. So under these different types of collection, special collection is also one of the collections. It has unique collections of rare books, particularly UVA collection, and what are the books published and published by UVA provincial authors, and what are the books published about UVA province is available, and Sri Lankan collections. What are the books available about Sri Lanka and what are the books published by Sri Lankan authors is also available under the special collections. Apart from that, there are maps and other specialized materials relevant to the university's focuses areas. So even this you cannot see if you are online, but when you enter to the university, you can enjoy this special collection as well for your study purposes. Sometimes it may be very useful for your research purposes. There are students focused and interested in Sri Lankan history and UVA history, and there are students interested to study about biographies of Sri Lankan authors and eminent persons and personalities. Definitely you must visit and you must refer this special collection available at the special collection area of the Wellassa University Library. And then now, online public access catalog. You must know about online public access catalog because all the resources available at the Wellassa University libraries are connected and integrated with this online public access catalog. You may visit it to public libraries available in your village or hometown. So, you could have taken books based on the catalog available manually. But some of the public libraries now established and integrated with digital resources like this integrated library system. So, this is kind of integrated library management system that we have used to develop this system is based on the Koha software. Koha is one of the open source software, so recognized and used by many global universities. So, we are also used Koha software to integrate all the library resources to bring all the resources under the one umbrella. Now, it doesn't matter whether you are online or offline. Now, you can click on the Wellassa University Library online public access catalog. You can check what are the books available at the library and what are the books that you can borrow for your reference purpose. So, what are the books that you can lend? So, what are the authors written and so on, so books. Suppose if you wanted to get the list of agriculture book that you can type by selecting the keyword or topic, and you will get the list of agriculture books. Suppose if you are a management degree person or students, you can list out or you can get the management list of books using this online public access catalog. And further, there are number of options available that we will give a username and password, and you can log in this system, and you can select whatever the books you prefer to use in your entire career during your stay at Wellassa University as a student. Okay. There is a basket, like suppose you may visit to Food City, and you will take and you will collect many items from the shelf of supermarket. So, likewise, you can go through the list of books, and there is a digital basket. You can take the books and you can put and you can save in that books. So, whenever you need, you can simply list out those books for your users. But what I am saying is, you can select and you can save the list of books, but if you want to refer or if you want to borrow the books, you have to visit to the library physically. But before you visit to the library, you can get some idea so about books, availability of books, whether the book is available or not. So, someone has borrowed or not, like that you can get some idea. After that you can visit to the library and you can produce your identity card at the library and there is a library assistant to provide the better services, and they will also assist to get the books. Then you can borrow or you can refer and you can read at the library premises. Okay. So, this is one of the important sites that you must use to select and collect and to save books, and you can get ideas about the availability of books. Another services provided by the library is research support services. Now, you are going to enter as the first year students, but this research support service will be important or will be supported during your third year and fourth year. So, this research support services will assist with the citation style you can type what is citation. I am not going to explain what is citation styles. So, this you will get to know during your research methodology studies and scientific writing purpose almost in your 3rd year or 4th year. So, during the time you will learn a lot about citation style, research methodologies and data management. And we used to provide this kind of services individually and for group of students, and particularly we will arrange series of workshops and trainings to promote students towards doing their research. Almost it is during your 3rd year or 4th year. But recently there are first year students also asked about these services, but we also accepted their request and we provided training for first year students as well recently. We have a very good auditorium, smart mini auditorium that we will invite. Suppose if you wanted to get this kind of service even in your first year, that we will provide that kind of services in relation with citation style, research methodologies and literature review and data management and all. And next very important service is institutional repository. Institutional repository is a digital collection of UW's scholarly and intellectual output. University used to provide and produce number of intellectual properties and intellectual related publications. So, institutional repository is a platform where universities store, preserve and provide open access to various types of materials produced by their members. So, here you can see that screenshot of the institutional repository of Wellassa University. There are thousands of documents available which are intellectual publications, particularly the research publications, journal publications and conference publications, and moreover thesis and dissertation. Particularly we do not provide the entire thesis or dissertation of the documents in our repository. Instead, we are providing only the abstract of particular thesis or dissertations. So, once you went through the abstract of a particular dissertation or thesis, if you are interested, you can visit to the library, you can find the physical dissertations that is available at the library. So, in that way you can use it institutional repository. And in addition to that, there are past papers also available at our institutional repository. Almost whatever the past papers are acceptable to provide for students, we upload it in these systems. You can go through the institutional repository to download or to view the past papers. So, past papers and relevant materials are also one of the important documents and intellectual outputs for students, and you can go through the institutional repository and you can get benefits from this institutional repository. And once you entered as physical students, we will provide one more trainings at the library. So, how you can get more benefits through this institutional repository or other services. So, now, what you can do? Library visits is very important. Now, we are just saying and we are highlighting, so what are the services and facilities available at the library to provide these services for students. So, first you must browse the UW library website, and you can visit the library once you enter it as the physical students. And you must visit to the library as your first duty to get more benefit. And you can meet the library staff, particularly the librarians. So I must say, I would like to highlight here, there are 3 different categories of library staff at the library to provide services. So librarian is there, and there are academic staff members with PhD and master degree qualifications. All of them are highly qualified, and they are always ready to provide services for the betterment of the student and staff community. You can approach any staff members of the library to get the services to improve your knowledge and get benefits to improve your learning and research purposes. And there are 3 second category is administrative staff member. There is assistant registrar library services. She is also one of the important staff members providing services for our university community. You can assist, she can assist whatever the services you want. So apart from that, there are library and information assistants to support directly to the students. Even you can approach them whatever the services you need at the library, or you can call. Suppose if you need anything from your home, they will assist and they will support, they will guide you whatever the services you need from the library. And learn the differences between scholarly journals and other periodicals. That I was highlighted during the first or second slide. So there are differences between journals and periodicals, because journals and other periodicals are going to support you in different way. But if you are not aware, so what is the difference between the scientific periodicals, scientific journals and periodicals? So there are huge difference between journals and general periodicals. So as I said, there are huge differences between journals and magazines. So you should know what is the difference between journals and magazines. So it will support you to get more benefit when you start your research and other purposes, mainly the learning purposes. One thing I wanted to highlight you, mostly during the first year students are not focusing on research, just they are listening the lectures and getting notes and referring notes given by the lecturers. But if you want to be outstanding students, what can you do? That is most important things that you have to listen. So what you can do? So if you want to be outstanding students, if you want to be outstanding achievers, you have to do something new. So you have to be a regular user of the library. Mostly we used to observe, we took some survey from our students and we took some observations. Based on that, there are students got first class and second upper. Most of them identified as the regular library users. So that's what they got first and second classes in their final year results. Suppose if you want to become outstanding students at the university, you must be a regular student of the library. Out of 1,000 students, only 5 or 10 students will show their high standards and will be outstanding students. So if you see that, they will be the outstanding user of the library. That once you come to the university, you can visit and you can see the differences. Okay. Otherwise, you can ask your seniors what they are doing. And now, particularly for new students, for last year we established and we opened new library building with very good facilities and sophisticated environment and hundreds of seating capacity. with sophisticated chairs and reading tables. So you are fortunate, and you must enter and you must use the library and library facilities. And locate sources. So there are different sources and resources available at the library. You have to familiar with all these sources and resources. So then only you can go through the resources and you can utilize those resources for your academic purposes. So reading makes you great. So one of the important sayings I would like to highlight here, said by the APJ Abdul Kalam. So, great book ignite imagination. The great book ignite imagination. Imagination leads to creativity. Creativity provides knowledge. Creativity provides knowledge. Knowledge makes you great. So, this is very important things. So, if you want to become a great person in the world and great person in the university, or if you want to shine as a star of the country, you have to be a good reader. So read one, read, write, take notes as you read. Develop a system of underlining and marking and paraphrasing in the margins that is meaningful to you. So reading makes you great. Remember, so better you must read, not the artificial intelligence based resources like ChatGPT. So if you want to be a outstanding students and extraordinary students, you have to be a good reader. If you want to be a good reader, you have to visit the library physically. You have to touch the books. You have to feelings when you read the books. Then only it will give some ideas, and you will be a innovative students. And the results, by reading, the results will produce something new in your knowledge. And finally, these readings will make you a great, as Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam said. So there are different types of resources available at the library, and there is a classification system that is called Dewey Decimal Classification Systems. Based on that Dewey Decimal classifications, all the documents and the books are categorized and classified and organized at the library. Suppose if you visit to the library, you will see, so in which basis all the books are categorized and classified. So this categorization and classifications will assist you to approach the books easily without wasting your time. Since you have the golden time, so this kind of organization, this kind of classification system will support you to save your time. Under the 5 laws of library and library science, this is one of the law, that is the save the time of the reader. Library itself follow this one of the laws to provide better services to students and staff members of the library, particularly to save the time of the user community of the university library. So I think now you will understand what is the importance of reading. So you have to realize the importance of reading. There are many history in the world. Suppose if you see the winners of the world, or suppose if you want to see the eminent person in the world, all of them were the good reader. See, the one of the youngest person who won Nobel Prize, that is Malala. Malala born in Pakistan. Now she became the globally recognized person and won Nobel Prize in her 17 years of age. So how it was success? What was the reason behind this success? So if you see her book called I Am Malala, she clearly says this was success because of my reading. So see, clearly says there are three important things will make you great. So what are they? One is one teacher and pencil and books. These three are very, very important to make you a great person. So you must follow this. And she said this message to youngsters like you. So, and apart from this, there are many history. There are many evidences. So better you have to be a good reader, and you have to be a good citizen, and you have to utilize those resources available at the library, and finally you have to become outstanding students, and you should do something better to the nation. As you know the country situation now, the country and the University Grant Commission of Sri Lanka is spending millions and billions of money to upgrade the students' community at the university. But if you people are not utilized, what will be the output? Nothing. So you must realize the country is providing free education and spending billions and billions of money. So if you use perfectly and utilize these resources to improve yourself and to get benefits to improve your learning and research capacity, so that will be the ideal to the nation as well as to you. So please make sure once you enter to the university, you will be one of the good readers, and you will be good citizens, and you will also guide your future generation to become a good citizens by getting more knowledge through your good readings, though that is very important. So please be remember about reading and the books. So finally, I would like to highlight UW Readers Society. As I said in the beginning, so UW Readers Society to be established to enhance the students' ability in reading, writing, and creating a platform to perform the creative activities. So it is now in the process. So very soon we will circulate the message to join in this Reader Society. So you can also join in this Reader Society. So if you join this Reader Society, you can get many benefits, and you can perform well, you can improve yourself, and the main purpose of this Reader Society is to establish a real and contemporary library culture. But if you see in Sri Lankan culture, but the reading or studying percentage is very less compared to Europe and Western countries. So, but if you see the Western and Europe countries, even in India or some other countries like China, the reading and studying capacity is very high compared to Sri Lanka. So why it is? So that's why we try to establish this reading society to invite students and to give a good platform to establish a real and contemporary reading culture and library culture, to promote students and to make them aware about readings and library services, to promote them to be good citizens in our country. And this is the picture of the library. So I hope very soon you will be invited to the university physically. So once you enter to the university, you will have a good environment, good exposure, and you will learn a lot, and this will be your life for another 4 years. Thank you very much.